Thanks for joining us for this UTD TV Comet Talk. I'm Joseph Anthony. Welcome back, Comets. And for all our incoming freshmen, welcome to UT Dallas. With us today is Liza Liberman and Vice President Charlie Hannigan. My first question is, how long have you both been in your positions?
Well, we took office on May 1st, so it's been about 3 months. 3 months. We're going on a fourth.
How has the transition been since taking up your position? Has it affected your student life?
Student government takes up a lot of our time, but we love the time that we get to spend at it.
Speaking of student life, how is UTD handling the large influx of students? I know we had a rather large freshman class this year.
I think UTD is doing a great job. One example, actually, we just noticed today, the bike racks have been filling up very quickly around campus because of the influx of students. So UTD actually added 2 new bike racks in front of the pub, for example.
I did see that.
Yeah, see? So they're working the best they can. I don't think anybody expected a 7% increase in enrollment this year. It's terrific, but of course there's a little bit of growing pains, but the university is doing everything they can.
And they're also handling it with a lot of excitement. If you look at all the Welcome Week parties, and all the Welcome Week
definitely.
events, everything's full and everybody's excited to welcome all these freshmen to campus.
My next question is, I know last year, there was talks of voting about expanding the activity center and the student union. I know that was voted on. Has any headway been made in either of those projects?
Go ahead.
Currently we're experiencing a lot of growth on campus. Obviously the ATEC building just went up. We're also putting up Res Hall 4, which is actually the fifth Res Hall to be put up, and the expansion to Innsbruck, as well as a groundbreaking in the North Mall. So because of all that growth, we're focusing on the things that are right on hand before we can move on to the activity center and student union.
The student union, you're absolutely correct. It did come up to a vote. While the student body and the campus approved the expansion of the student union, our Board of Regents did not, so we could not continue with the expansion.
Well, I suppose, are there any other expansions happening on campus?
Well, I know that there is a planned expansion of the Student Services building in the near future. So that is something that has been brought to Austin by our university and our president, Dr. Daniel. Other expansions that we know of?
Like I mentioned, the second part of the Mermaid building will be coming up soon, as well as the reconstruction of the North Mall. So Founders Fountain, which has been a little bit of an ugly side of campus for the last couple months, will be something beautiful to look forward to.
That is wonderful. That has been in need for some restoration for quite some time.
I know, and we saw the designs and they look great, or the preliminary designs at least. So it's something that I think is going to enhance our campus so much.
That's fantastic. I cannot wait to see them. About that new residence hall, will this be the same as the previous 4, or will it be different?
It will actually be completely different. If you look at the current construction already, it is almost an L-shaped. It is no longer that regular square building. It is also going to be 7 stories.
Oh my.
There is a planned dining facility there, as well as an activity center, so of sorts. Yeah.
It's going to be much larger. It's going to have 600 beds instead of the normal 450.
Wow.
Or 400 rather.
400, yes.
That is incredible.
But the room structure itself, like the suite concept, will remain the same. So it will still be 3 individual bedrooms in a suite.
Oh, okay.
So we keep that.
That is wonderful. I know previously there was talk of a mixed development project called Comet Town.
Yes.
Could you expound on that a little bit?
Comet Town is a wonderful idea that's come up. Dr. Jameson is definitely someone who's extremely excited about it. Imagine across Synergy, so across from the Mermaid building, having a block of stores and apartments, with the apartments above these stores, where you would have everything from dining facilities to bowling alleys to comedy clubs, anything like that truly enhances the Comet experience. Think of other colleges. You have the University of Texas having 6th Street, or the University of Washington having the Ave. Very central to campus life is the ability to go to a separate restaurant across campus, or a separate place for you to have your activities.
So Comet Town will be our version of that. And it's something that, students have asked for a long time, for more dining options, for more living options near campus, and this would definitely kind of fit all of those needs.
There's a unique opportunity right now, since everything's still in the planning stages, for students to have a hands-on experience with the creation of Comet Town. So if anybody has an idea that they'd like to put forward, they can, and it will be considered for the final plans.
Fantastic. How would a student go about submitting an idea?
The best way would probably go through student government, and then we could continue to relay those ideas to Dr. Jameson and his team in the planning of Comet Town. The best way to contact us would be to email us at sg@utdallas.edu. So email us your ideas, your thoughts, everything. We look forward to hearing from everyone.
Yes, I'm sure with this group of students we have at UTD, you'll have some really interesting suggestions.
Definitely.
When we come back, we'll be discussing goals that the student government wants to achieve this year. In the meantime, here's a message from the Student Wellness Center.
As a college student, do you feel like you have to drink alcohol to fit in? Well, I have good news for you. You're off the hook. In a recent study, UT Dallas students said they believe 40% of their fellow classmates were drinkers. In reality, only 8% of UT Dallas students drink regularly. Don't be afraid to say no to drugs and alcohol because you're afraid you won't fit in. Make choices based on what you want, not what you think others expect from you. Healthy Comets, party smart. Live and learn.
And we're back with Student Government President Liza Liberman and Charlie Hannigan. And you did say we're going to be definitely getting a new fountain, correct?
Currently, plans are in the works. The plan is to break ground winter break. However, there is a complex process to get there. So that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we're going to look forward to.
All right, well, fingers crossed that goes out.
Absolutely.
Speaking of groundbreaking projects, the new parking garage that has gone up, has this parking garage alleviated our parking problems of previous years?
I definitely think it's helping. I also think that we are working on publicizing it more. I still think some students don't know it's here. So once the entire student body knows that there's 700 spots in that parking garage, we'll definitely resolve a little bit of the parking issue somewhat. So.
And the parking issue continues to expand and grow with all the students that are coming on campus. There is a plan to put another parking garage on the north side of campus by the residence halls, which will alleviate a lot of the parking issues that are happening up there.
About the new ATEC building, it looks amazing, quite frankly. As I've had several classes in there, it's fantastic. However, I do know that there are some concerns about it's currently being sort of built around the classes. So much it's still being built on the inside. Is there a tentative date set for whenever it's going to be completely finished?
A large portion of the construction that you mentioned is putting the audiovisual stuff in time, and so they're doing that as quickly as possible. Hopefully they'll have it completed very soon.
Right. And when is the official opening date for the ATEC building?
The big grand opening with all of the visitors and the big ribbon cutting, I think it is going to be in November.
It is.
Well, I would like to say, since being elected to office, what goals have you set for yourself to achieve during your term?
We're an ambitious group. We have a lot of goals. Our biggest one, of course, is to continue to do everything we can to let students know who we are and to have them feel comfortable to share their ideas and concerns with student government. We've always shared that as our biggest goal because we think that's really important. We are, the biggest advocate for students on campus, and we want them to know that we're there for them. We also have some more project-oriented goals.
One of our biggest concerns is dining on campus, especially with the growth of the student body. We're around 21,200 students at the moment, which is absolutely incredible, and we want to make sure every person has access to affordable, delicious, and convenient food.
We are also taking on the Comet discount program as a student government project. It has previously been handled by the Department of Human Resources on campus, but we have taken over the student side of it. So we're looking into getting discounts for more businesses that students are interested in, getting the word out there more on the businesses that already offer a discount. also increasing dining options for students through these off-campus venues as well.
We are also focusing on achievable goals, which means that we're not going to have the banner big goals, but instead the numerous small and medium-sized goals that are going to improve campus quality all over.
I'm really excited to see these goals set in place, because I know a lot of students aren't really aware of what you guys do, or maybe even what your organization does. And you do offer so many just facilities to these students. It'd be really nice to get them more involved.
Absolutely, and we've started doing things towards reaching out to more students. We just had our Welcome Week event on Tuesday, one of them. It was called Meet Your Senators, and it was held on the pub patio, and we just sat around, we handed out Italian ice, and we hung out with students, we talked to them, we got to know some of their concerns and issues. So we're trying to get more out there and do events like that.
And you can imagine that type of interaction being typical. We've also hosted a lemonade stand to meet the freshmen. Expect to have student government in your everyday life as the year progresses. We want to be involved so that if you have any concerns, you can bring them to us and feel comfortable doing so.
Alrighty. Are there any goals that were not met last year that you're hoping to achieve this year?
We were lucky to follow an administration who is working tirelessly to improve the student body's experience. So instead of goals that aren't met, we're taking the goals that have been set in place and have already been worked on, and we're trying to stand on the shoulders of giants and reaching further for the success of UTD.
So they've set amazing stepping stones for us. So now we have kind of a path to follow in.
Fantastic. Do you have any closing statements for us?
We're excited for the year. We're glad everybody's back on campus. We're excited to keep meeting new students. And our doors are always open. We love visitors, so if students have any concerns or questions or issues, they should always feel free to stop by our offices.
And where are those offices located?
They're located right across from the Galaxy Rooms in Student Union Suite 2.4.
Thank you, Lisa and Charlie, for taking the time to sit down with us. I'm Joseph Anthony with your UTD TV Comet Talk. Thanks for watching.